Everyone said we were the reality show couple who never needed retakes. I'm Cassandra Cassie Lane, 30, Senior Product Manager at ArcLight Health Tech. My husband, Noah Lane, 32, is a calm-voiced mechanical engineer who can coax life back into any broken gadget, including, historically, my darker moods. We met during a blizzard evacuation drill in college. He passed me his coat in the stairwell. I offered him a coffee afterward. And 6 years later, we walked down an aisle festooned with origami cranes Noah folded by hand. Our townhouse in Denver's Platt Park is magazine perfect. Reclaimed barnwood shelving, succulents in geometric planters, 2 rescue cats named Data and Biscuit. Weeknights we cook Blue Apron under Edison bulbs and watch docuseries while Noah absent-mindedly braids my hair. Weekends we hike the Front Range and post golden hour selfies so saturated you can taste the sunshine. To outsiders, it's a Pinterest feed come to life. To me, after 5 years of marriage, it's a playlist stuck on repeat. Noah still surprises me with Thursday tulips, but they're always coral. He still sets 2 mugs on the machine at 6:01 a.m., but his good morning lands like a notification badge I never bother opening. Enter the first glitch: boredom disguised as comfort. Noah clears his throat twice before every sentence during football season. He alphabetizes spices. Who does that? He hums the Wii theme song whenever he wipes counters. I used to find these adorable. Now they feel like constraints on a spreadsheet I'm desperate to unmerge. My best friend Riley, recently single at 29, treats dating apps like a tasting menu. Over tacos, she chirps, "Marriage is great, babe, but don't you miss first kiss fireworks? You only live once." Steph, our mutual Pilates pal, nods vigorously. "Novelty keeps you young." I laugh, but their words linger like incense in my lungs. What if this is my last chance to know if Noah is truly the one, or if he's just the first one who asked? When my company kicks off a cross-functional war room for an upcoming FDA pitch, I volunteer late-night sprint duty, eager for anything unscripted. That something walks in wearing black frame glasses and a devil-may-care grin. Adrian Voss, 29, data science wunderkind from San Diego, arrives at ArcLight like a push notification nobody can silence. 6'1", physics degree inked beneath rolled-up sleeves, and a habit of solving complex Bayesian models while quoting Lizzo lyrics. Our VP pairs him with me to translate algorithms into CEO-friendly storytelling. Our first brainstorm is caffeine lightning. Adrian rearranges sticky notes, riffing metaphors that make my keynote deck sparkle. When he high-fives me, static electricity crackles between our palms long after contact breaks. He calls my product roadmaps elegant as taut lines in a sonnet. He notices when I switch to rose gold eyeliner. "Matches your quiet ruthlessness," he smirks. He brings blueberry cruffins, "because you seem like a fruit but make it luxury girl." Riley DMs, "Office crush unlocked?" I reply with the eyes emoji. She thumbs up GIFs me a bottle of champagne. Noah, meanwhile, texts dinner options and cat photos. I mute the thread during sprint marathons, promising myself I'll reply later. Later becomes tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes backlog. Sunday night, war room still buzzing. Adrian and I are alone tweaking KPI visuals. It's 11:47 p.m. I should be home binging Bake Off with Noah. Instead, I'm high on fluorescent lighting and Adrian's sandalwood cologne. I lean over his laptop to point at a graph. Our shoulders touch. Time dilates. His gaze flicks to my lips as though checking a download bar. I inhale. He says nothing, but his pupils widen. We both retreat an inch, then lurch forward. The kiss is half rush, half dare. It tastes of cold brew and forbidden fruit. We break apart, breathing ragged. "That can't happen again," I whisper. "Yeah," he agrees, though his smirk says game on. Riley: "Harmless. You deserve excitement." Steph: "Micro-cheating doesn't count until there's over-the-clothes action." I internalize the chorus, convert guilt into rationale. Exploring possibilities will make me appreciate Noah more. Week 1. Flirty Slack DMs, nighttime brainstorms. Week 2. Shared Uber to clear our heads, landing at the Indigo Hotel bar for mezcal and whispered secrets. Week 3. Full-blown affair. Room 813 at Hotel Teatro during a faux market research offsite. Fade to black intimacy. We test each other's boundaries like QA engineers on a deadline. The dopamine hits hard. Phone buzzing with Adrian's compliment cascade. Body alight when he mouths mine against my neck in the elevator. I start wearing darker lipstick to work. Something Noah once called too fierce. I build castles of justification. Stress relief. The FDA pitch could pivot my career. Self-discovery. How can I know Noah's my forever if I don't sample variety? Victim blame. If Noah were more spontaneous, maybe I wouldn't crave chaos. Each bullet point becomes a mantra as I delete messages threads nightly. Adrian sends sexy emojis to the team group chat instead of to me. I jump in with a meme deflection. Nobody calls it out, but Sarah raises an eyebrow. Noah notices my new perfume, asks, "Trying something florally?" I ramble about brand repositioning, heartbeat staccato but face neutral. Riley's birthday falls 3 days before our FDA on-site in Seattle. She plans a downtown bar crawl. Adrian is scheduled on the same flight as me for pre-show rehearsals. Riley corners me. "Why not come out after your flight? Live your multitasking goddess fantasy." I rationalize the overlap as fate. In Seattle, after the rehearsal, Adrian and I share room service ramen and down half a bottle of sake. He sketches my name in binary on the notepad. Midnight ticks. My phone buzzes. Noah, sending a selfie with Data and Biscuit curled on his lap. Caption, "Miss you, hurry back." I toss the phone face down. Adrian's hotel bed becomes galaxy shaking. Post-coital, we scroll Instagram. Riley's story shows her dancing on a rooftop with our crew. My stomach knots. Noah's cousin is there, live streaming. One wrong swipe and evidence could ping back. But adrenaline beats caution. We open a second sake bottle. I fall asleep in Adrian's arms, lullabied by excuses. The FDA keynote was a success. On stage, I wore confidence like a custom blazer. Adrian backed me with perfect demo timing, and the client's VP mouthed brilliant during the applause break. My phone lit up with Slack fireworks. One ping was Noah's "proud of you." I let the love emoji notification sit unopened. Day 2 in Seattle, the conference hosted a rooftop soiree. String lights, artisanal sliders, ambient DJ. Adrian and I knew better than to vanish together, so we mingled at opposite ends. Near midnight, I ducked inside to grab a swag hoodie. In the hallway, I heard Sarah, my design lead teammate, laughing with Preston from finance. "Come on, Preston, she's obviously banging Adrian," Sarah snorted. "Cassie, no way," Preston said. "She's married AF, check her Insta." Sarah lowered her voice. "Then why is he stroking her ankle under the table during rehearsal?" Blood rushed my ears. I slipped into a service elevator and texted Adrian. "Abort after party, too many eyes." He sent a winky face and disappeared 10 minutes later. Back at the hotel, crisis brain throbbed. If Sarah suspected, rumor velocity could outrun containment. I spent dawn drafting countermeasures, additional distance, over-communicate marital bliss online, maybe even a surprise weekend getaway with Noah as optics armor. But I hadn't accounted for Jess Chang, ArcLight's social media associate, camera glued to her hand. She'd snapped candids all night for the company blog. One wide shot featured Adrian and me in soft focus behind the bar, my fingertips grazing his wrist as he passed a drink. Harmless? Maybe, if not for the subframe. My hotel key card dangled on a lanyard identical to his, room numbers visible in the Zoom. Adjacent digits screamed we were neighbors at minimum, accomplices at worst. Jess scheduled the blog post for 7 a.m. Monday. Auto-publish. Noah, always my first page view, clicked to support. 2 minutes later he texted, "Room 1014?" My stomach inverted. I phoned him, straight to voicemail, called again, blocked. The next text came from our Nest security system. New user added. Noah admin. My login became guest without privileges. The townhouse went dark to me. Lights, thermostat, door locks, even the cat feeder, all under Noah's control. On Tuesday, I flew back, heart ricocheting. My house key still worked, but inside, half our closet space was empty. His running shoes, brewery hoodies, and the framed photo from our crane wedding all gone. The cats were gone too, food bowls missing, litter box erased like the past. A single folded note on the kitchen island. I saw the blog. I saw enough. I can't live in half-truths. N. His handwriting, usually steady, had trembled into angles. I FaceTimed him. It rang once, then auto-declined. That stung worse than shouting. 2 days later, a formal email. Notice of separation. Will coordinate belongings via mediator. Attached, a PDF of proposed asset division, shockingly generous yet emotionally bankrupt. No mention of therapy, no question of reconciliation, just logistics. I wrote 3 pages begging for conversation, saved as drafts. I tried driving to his sister Lila's, but Ring doorbell notifications outed me before I reached the porch. Lila texted kindly, "He needs space. Respect that." Adrian messaged, "Heard the fallout. Want to decompress?" My reply, "Lose my number." The thrill had curdled into liability. He sent a shrug emoji and a playlist titled Onward. Riley insisted, "Give Noah a week. He'll cool off." Steph added, "Buy lingerie and an apology wine." Neither acknowledged the gaping crater trust leaves. The week passed. Silence thickened. I refreshed Noah's Strava. He'd signed up for a Trail Ultra training program. Every run was titled Miles Toward Clean Air. My lungs felt tarred. Brunch invites vanished. Sarah posted a cryptic tweet. "Some people steal thunder, others steal hotel keycards." 50 likes. I was tagged anonymously. Felicia's birthday bash approached. I assumed I was still VIP. 2 days prior, she texted, "Hey babe, small party this year, intimate vibes. Don't be mad if you see fewer faces." I arrived in a jewel-toned jumpsuit to find Noah there, laughing with her new situationship. Felicia hugged me, tense. "Noah's our friend too. I didn't want drama." Noah nodded politely, then resumed conversation, treating me like an HR rep, warm but distant. Knife twist. His cuffed shirt was my birthday gift from last year. ArcLight's HR concluded their probe. Verbal warning for conduct unbecoming. Mandatory counseling. No leadership tracks for 12 months. My mentees avoided my one-on-ones. Gossip turned mentorship toxic. Adrian updated LinkedIn. Senior data scientist. New wave. Austin. New profile pic with paddleboard. Riley DM'd hard eyes. I muted her. Worse, our FDA client demanded I be replaced as PM to preserve brand integrity. My bonus vaporized. I drafted an apology mega letter, 2 600 words, citing stress, FOMO, vulnerability. Felicia proofed it, adding, "Own the betrayal, but mention growth." I mailed it certified. USPS tracking showed delivered, but no response. Days later, the envelope returned unopened, sticker, refused. I tried the grand gesture cliché, their favorite cat video projector on the garage door at dusk, playing Pixel and Biscuit's funniest compilations. I waited in my car, engine idling. Noah's silhouette appeared at the window, watched one clip, then pulled the blinds. A week later, I found myself in Target's parking lot, middle of the night, wearing Noah's hoodie I'd fished from donate bins. In the driver mirror, I saw puffy eyes, foundation streaked, hair unwashed, The influencer feed gone grayscale. I didn't recognize my own starring role in this tragedy. I posted a throwback collage. Noah braiding my hair, us at Garden of the Gods. Caption, "We were perfect once, weren't we?" Within moments, friends commented and Sarah subtweeted, "Nostalgia is just guilt wearing rose-tinted lenses." The next morning, Noah's attorney emailed, "Cease exploitative use of client's likeness." Felicia finally snapped, "Babe, I love you, but you detonated your life and keep hitting snooze on accountability. Therapy or lose me too." Steph quietly unfriended. Noah's Instagram soft launched a woodworking side hustle. Hand-lathed bowls captioned, "Finding shape in fresh starts." The bowls sold out via Etsy in 24 hours. He posted a story of him and Jade, Lila's co-worker, sharing coffee at dawn in our old backyard. Jade wore my coral tulips pinned behind her ear. My stomach folded. Mutual friend Gabe threw a housewarming. I arrived hoping Noah would skip. He didn't. He arrived with Jade, carrying one of his bowls as a gift. Guests fawned. Wine fueled my courage. I cornered him in the hallway. "You moved on fast," I hissed. Noah kept voice level. "I moved, period." Jade approached, concern on her brow. I snapped, "Do you know he still sleeps hugging my pillow?" Noah's face hardened. "No, I don't. Please don't fabricate narratives for an audience." People stared. Gabe cleared his throat. I realized music had dipped. My cheeks flamed. Public meltdown complete. Next day, my phone blitzed with group chat exits. Even Riley texted, "You need help, not Insta Reels." I created a Finsta standing Noah's woodworking. He blocked it. I switched to email from a burner. "I remember the smell of cedar on your skin." His lawyer responded, "Contact again and we file restraining." A restraining order docket number appeared 2 weeks later. Therapy became thrice weekly. Dr. Shaw asked, "What's the story you keep telling to dodge the moral of the story?" I broke, sobbing. The cat's new Insta, run by Noah, posted Pixel sleeping on a woodworking workbench. Caption, "Safe spaces." Thousands liked. I wasn't one of them. 7 months after the conference photo detonated my life, I woke in the studio above the vape shop to the rattle of delivery carts and the saccharine smell of mango mint clouds. No cats kneading my ribs, no tulips on the sill. Just silence, cheap blinds, and an email from HR confirming my voluntary departure package. 2 weeks' pay and a non-disparagement clause. Adrian had long since relocated to Austin, now headlining LinkedIn webinars on ethical data storytelling. The irony could power a mid-sized city. Therapy assignments filled my calendar. Gratitude journaling, no-screen mornings, 5-mile mindfulness walks. On one of those walks, I passed a weekend craft fair in Wash Park. At a cedar-scented booth, I froze. Noah stood behind a table of hand-lathed bowls, wearing a denim apron, sawdust on his forearms. Jade manned the square reader. She spotted me first, lips pursing but not unkind. Noah looked up, recognition flickering. I considered bolting, but Dr. Shaw's mantra echoed, "Face forward, avoidance incubates shame." I inhaled. "Hi," I managed. "Hi, Cassie," Noah replied, voice steady as an auto-level app. No bitterness, just closure shaped into syllables. Jade busied herself wrapping a customer's purchase. The bowl in front of me glowed with tongue oil, grains spiraling like concentric forgiveness. I muttered, "These are beautiful." Noah nodded thanks. We stood in fragile quiet while Saturday bustle orbited us. Finally, I whispered, "I'm in therapy." My throat tightened. "I'm learning accountability." His eyes softened. Compassion, not invitation. "I hope it helps." A teenage boy approached, admiring the bowl. Noah turned to ring up the sale. Realizing conversation was over, I stepped back. Jade offered a small, genuine smile. Sympathy, not triumph. I returned it with what dignity I had left and slipped into the crowd, pulse like cymbals. That night, I walked to the 24-hour laundromat. Fluorescent lights buzzed, machines churned others' linens. I loaded my hamper of regret-stained clothes, poured detergent, and watched water rise. In the glass reflection, I saw the woman who'd traded devotion for dopamine and lost both. No makeup, hair in a claw clip, ring finger bare. For the first time, the sight didn't trigger self-pity, only clarity. I was finally living the consequences I'd dodged with excuses. I opened notes on my phone, typed, "Maybe I'm the villain, not the misunderstood protagonist, just the cautionary footnote." I hit save without deleting. Lila emailed in March, "FYI, Noah and Jade's wedding is June 3rd. Please respect their day by not attending or posting about them. No legal threat, just a gentle boundary." I stared at the date until the numbers blurred. Instead of rage, I felt a strange calm, like finishing a book whose ending I'd known but refused to read. I spent the wedding weekend volunteering at an animal rescue thrift shop, pricing second-hand coffee mugs. A vintage one caught my eye. White porcelain with a single blue origami crane, the motif from our wedding invitations. I almost laughed at the cosmic roast, then bought it for 75 cents. Back home, I brewed tea in the crane mug and scrolled my camera roll to a forgotten photo. Noah teaching me to fold cranes, his thumbs guiding paper like origami GPS. I whispered a private eulogy, then archived the picture into a hidden album labeled Lessons. On the 1-year mark of D-Day, I signed a lease on a brighter studio near the Botanic Gardens, no vape shop below. Carrying boxes up the stairs, I found the strength to leave Noah's hoodie in the donation bin. That night I lit a single beeswax candle, opened my therapy journal, and wrote, "Loyalty is a non-renewable resource. Mine depleted. I won't squander the next gift of trust I receive, even if it's only from myself." I flipped the page and added Dr. Shaw's newest prompt. "What does integrity smell like?" I wrote, "Unscented, because real honesty needs no perfume." Scrolling LinkedIn weeks later, I saw ArcLight's HR announcement. Noah Lane, Director of Information Security, promoted. His profile banner showed a workshop wall lined with bowls. Jade stood beside him holding Pixel, now sporting a tiny bandana. The caption, "Protect what you cherish, then help it grow." The twist? ArcLight had hired Noah, my old company, while I was blacklisted. He'd quietly leveled up where I'd burned bridges. A perfect silent rebuke. Tonight, I sit in my new apartment, crane mug steaming Earl Grey, window open to summer rain. My phone rests face down, not buzzing, not waiting. I glance around at furniture I assembled alone, slightly crooked but sturdy. A small victory. Sometimes I still trace the scar where my ring used to be, and the memory of Adrian's sandalwood sparks faintly, like a phone on 1%. But then the rain hits the sill, and I breathe in its unfiltered honesty. That's enough. I lift the mug, the lonely crane glinting, and whisper the clearest truth I've learned. Comfort wasn't a cage. It was a garden. I mistook pruning for stagnation and set it on fire. The candle flickers. The window reflects me lifting the mug in a silent toast. To Noah, to bowls shaped from broken wood, to Pixel's safe new lap, to a life rebuilt plank by humble plank. I blow out the flame. The room darkens, but the lesson stays lit.